All right, hear me out. I know you're probably already tired of seeing this meme everywhere. I am, and it's still relevant this month in July of 2025. But this is a really good example of how to teach exigence for students. And in fact, memes have always been my go to for this because they expire. They have a sense of currency about them that's lost when the next thing comes up and matters or a situation is resolved. So let's backtrack a little bit, talk about how we'll introduce exigence to our students today. And then we will move on to how we can get them to understand it even better with things like memes. So, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that students get their notes out. We've been talking about speaker purpose, audience, and context, and now we're going to finish the which is exigence. So this completes the pieces of the rhetorical situation, and exigence, our formal definition of it, is the specific issue, event, or need that directly prompts the speaker to feel the need to speak. Exigence is very time sensitive or very urgent. So after you go through the notes with students on this, then I would consider having topics like this around the room and doing a carousel activity. So all of these are discussion questions for students that have to do with urgency or a sense of right now kinds of things. And the last one on the list is just to even consider memes and have them think about, why do you think that these have a shorter lifespan than other texts? We still read famous speeches that are hundreds of years old, but most of the time people don't share memes that are only like even 3 months old if they seem outdated. So that's a way to bridge into this graphic organizer to get students to really dig in and break down the why does it matter, why does it matter, why does it matter ladder of analysis when they're considering the exigence of a text. So it's going to start off with asking things of just what's the writer's claim or their position, what are they saying, considering the context, and then also the time, the place, social expectations, and then we'll move on from there. So let's look at this meme. If you're not familiar, or if you're just watching this so far in the future that you've forgotten. So this happened, like a couple weeks ago now, but this couple was caught on the kiss cam at a Coldplay concert and they were called out by the lead singer. This guy is a CEO of a really big company and the woman with him is not his wife. It is the head of HR of his company that he's having with whom he's having an affair. They're having an affair. And when they were caught on the kiss cam, their body language was really awkward. They were trying to hide their faces. And then, of course, this just blew up all over the place and has been everywhere on social media. The video that was recorded, this image, it's been turned into a meme a million times. But this particular text is a meme with sort of this now famous or infamous picture. And it says, Coldplay, the band, hasn't made a single in years. Last night, they made 2. So one of many funny takes on the situation. So I would say the text of this is just like, oh, this event, like these people walked into their own trap here and have lost everything. They're now broken up. And that's like what the meme itself is trying to say. But the context is the situation. You have to know this story of the CEO getting caught cheating on his wife on the kiss cam at a concert. And then the students are really going to dig into time, place, social expectations. The timing of this certainly matters because it just happened recently. So for this meme to be relevant, people have to still be talking about it. The memes still have to be circulating. The place matters. In this case, the meme itself is shared in a very public place on social media, but even the story, they got caught in a very public place as well. And then the social expectations. So not only is there just the obvious thing of, oh, they're cheating and they got caught and cheating is wrong, but the fact that they are both people of power at this company. So the CEO of the company and the head of HR, maybe somebody that has had to shut down office relationships for other people in this company. I don't know. But there really is like a satisfaction, I think, for a lot of people to see how the mighty have fallen, so to speak. So those are some great conversations you can have with students as well to really talk about why this particular situation has captured the imagination of the public in so many ways. And then the language of exigence, looking at any sort of text, is there language that suggests that something is urgent? And I think in that particular meme, it says like, last night. So it's telling you this is a really recent thing that's happened. And then, of course, summarizing it like a quick write, summarizing their analysis of that as well. So this will probably take a while, and of course you don't have to use that particular meme. It was just relevant right now. You can use a news headline, especially something from local news that students will have some context about might work, or anything else you think has a sense of timeliness to it. But after students do that analysis with you as a class, then their notebook writing assignment will be to find a short text of their own. So I suggest some sort of school appropriate social media post, maybe a meme, something like that, or maybe just a local headline that they can screen capture, but something that they can really think about what argument is the author making, and then what is the exigence of the post. And I would have them consider the exact same series of questions that we talked about in the organizer, and then they're going to be writing to that in the notebook writing assignment and turning that in. So they're going to make sure that they've summarized it, they've identified the exigence, and they've explained their opinion on whether or not the author chose the best moment to make their argument in that case. All right, so exigence can be a little tricky. Students often want to confuse it with the context, but just remember, exigence is the right now. Context is going on all around the text all the time. Exigence is very of the moment. Think about it as exigence is what lights the match, what makes it go time for the reader or for the writer to share their message. All right, happy teaching. Hope that helps.